Good evening, all of you. On a Sunday rainy evening, we are taking the class. Love that commitment from you and me both. And that too for a topic which students usually feel okay when we have spent so many classes for math. And what do you talk? The biggest of the topics, assessment procedures, charitable trust. These were the topics where we didn't count it. 8, 9, 10 classes we were going on doing the problems. And for this one class also student think whether they should attend or leave the topic. Mat chodo. It is super duper easy. Check how we are going to solve the problems. All the concept of interest and fees is over, but for sure 10 minutes revision I will take, and then 5 marks question, how they are asked in scanner. I'll tell you 2 questions I have taken from scanner, rest are from the material for practice, how they are going to ask you to calculate 234 ABC interest. Okay, especially one technical problem wherein you paid interest and everything as per your returned income, but your assessed income is higher. Then how will you do? Okay, right? So for this, let us revise. Just give me 1 second, dear students. Sorry. Thank you for waiting. Tell me in the chat box, did you all understand yesterday's class? कल का class समझ में आया आप सबको? What we have done is we have done all the kind of interest. You can say, ma'am, interest is 1% per month. How it is bifurcated into ABC? We always start with C. You have to pay advance tax in how many installments? Say with me. Even though this is online class, if this is face to face, literally I stop and I say chorus में आवाज आनी चाहिए. वैसे ही आप बोलो so that you learn it and the pen flows in exam. If there is something technical which is going beyond, then there are 50 marks paper mein which will help you to get marks, and this is that one. Okay, so 234 ABC interest, D also interest, 234 E, F, G and H. 4 type of fees we have done, 4 type of interest we have done yesterday. But 234, what do you say? 234 ABC goes reverse. It's 234C first. What is 234C first? How? 234C is default in installments, right? So you have to pay advance tax in how many installment? 4 installment. 15 June, 15%, then 45%, then 75%, and then 100%. Okay? So like this, you have to pay the advance tax in the full installments by 15th of March. If there is a delay, interest is charged from 15 June to 15 September, 3 months. September to December, 3 months. December to March, 3 months. And 15th March to 31st March, 1 month. Okay, right? Excuse me, just bear with little bit. Yes. So the problems are super duper easy. You will all follow it. We are just doing little bit of revision. Let me share the screen and do the revision. It will be better. 4 kind of interest. 234 A, B, C and D. And 4 kind of fees. E, F, G and H. Okay. Then something more is there that we'll do it later. So you have to pay advance tax in 4 installment. But one thing I missed yesterday, कल मैंने लिखा तो था यहाँ पे, but I don't know how I missed. and I want to explain that. While charging 234C interest, okay, if the tax paid, yeah, this point, ये points पीछे के नहीं पढ़े थे ना, you 234C interest, I am on page number 4. So by 15th of June, you have to pay 15%. Otherwise, 3 months interest will be charged on total tax assessed along with ESS and all, minus the TDS and advance tax, whatever you have paid. Okay, interest will be charged. But here they are saying SSC, instead of 15%, if they have paid 12% as advance tax on or before September 15, sorry, June 15th, no interest will be charged. Is this point clear to all of you? How much interest tax you have to pay? 15%. But if you have paid at least 12% also, interest won't be charged. Same way, in the second installment, you have to pay the tax 45%. But even if you have paid 36%, okay, on or before September 15, then no interest is charged. Okay, right? So this is all about 234C interest. Even if the default is like instead of 15th March, you paid 18th March, 1 month interest will be charged. But 234C is not applicable if you get sudden incomes like capital gains, lottery, and all that. So sudden incomes, if you get, then 234C is not applicable. Okay? Right. Now come and do the revision of 234B. 234B is saying that advance tax should be 90% of the total tax. If not, 1% per month is charged from April till the date of determination of the tax by the AO. 143(1) में AO will complete the assessment. Now, वहां तक you have to pay the interest. Okay? If you have filed the return on time, then from the first day of the April till the date of filing the return. Okay? Advance tax is paid, and if it is less, 234B. Now, 234A interest is charged where there is a delay in furnishing the return. Due date of the filing the returns are July, September, and November. So instead of July, if you file in October, then from the due date till the actual date of filing the return, 234A interest is charged. Here, one exception is there. Suppose my due date of filing the return is July 22. I came to Hyderabad on 5th August and I filed my return on 5th August. But what did I do is, in July only, before 31st July, I made sure that even if I am in Mumbai or somewhere else, through online mode, I have paid my tax on time. Self-assessment tax along with interest and all. Then 234A interest will be charged or not? This is already asked in exam once. Answer is no. Is this clear to all of you? If you file your return late, but you have already paid 100% of the tax in advance, 234A interest is not charged. But then here, very important is, if I file my return late, will the 234F fee be charged? Yes, 1000 rupees if your total income is 5 lakh, or 5 lakh ke upar hai total income to 5000. If you file the return late, irrespective of your tax, 234F fees to lagega. So 234 ABC I have revised. We'll be solving problems also. See, it is not teacher's duty to just make you understand. When I work out the problems, it will be like so many things I'm making you learn. I don't know you all are realizing or not. Okay? Chalo, next is 234D. So many times it happens that the refund has come to you in excess. So when returning back the refund, you have to pay interest. And that interest is excess refund granted. If you are returning, then that interest paid is 0.5%. Okay. on whole or excess refunded from the date of grant of the refund to the date of the regular assessment. जिस दिन the refund is granted, and then again they assess the income and they are asking you to pay back the excess tax, till that date 0.5% on the excess refund you have to pay interest. 234E penalties, TDS, TCS, quarterly statements. By the end of the next month, you have to pay. Show that quarterly statements, if you have not given, then 234E for 200 per day. 234F, this is latest amendment of this year. Mark it, very important. I hope you all remember now, late and belated return and revised return can be filed only till December 22. 9 months time from the first day of the financial year. So if your total income does not exceed 5 lakh, then 1,000. If it exceeds 5 lakh, then 5,000. This is the date. Okay? 234F. Excuse me. 234G. See, for so many scientific research, donations and all ATG, you need to issue certificates so that the person who is giving you donation can claim ATG. If you are not issuing these certificates and all on time, 200 per day is the penalty, 234G. And Aadhaar PAN linking is mandatory by 31st March 22. This is also added now. If not, 1,000 rupees penalty is levied and your Aadhaar becomes inoperative from 1st April 22. Then you linked and you paid the fees on 30 June 22. Again, it will be activated in June 22. This is how it works. Okay. Apart from that, two more kind of interest are there. That is, one is TDS. If you miss deducting TDS, in fact, related to this, very nice problem is there. Today only I solved it in interclass. If you miss deducting the TDS, then you all know TDS is to be deducted and by 7th of the next month you have to pay to the PAN card of the deductee. But if we miss, then from the date on which it was deductible to the date it is actually deducted, it is 1%. But after deducting also, I did not pay to government. 3 months it is lying in my bank account. Then interest is 1.5%. Clear? So rate of interest will be 1% per month or 1.5%. Kahan se kahan tak? From the day you have to deduct TDS till the actual date of deduction, it is 1%. And from the day it is deducted till the date actually paid to government, 1.5% per month, which comes to like 18%, because it's a crime. Aapse I have deducted the TDS and kept it into my pocket. So government ka paisa I am enjoying. Same way, if TCS is not collected and paid on time, 1% interest is charged from the day on which tax was collectible to the day TCS is actually collected. TCS is collected over and above the sales. TDS is deducted and then paid to you. Interest for excess refund granted to SSC. Okay, this तो we have done. ये हो गया. अब एक और है. Yeah. So many times if there are mistakes on apparent of the record in section 154, your assessment is again changed and all. And the department will give you demand notice under 156. Demand notice is a challan. No, this is a mistake. By mistake, हमने कम calculate किए थे. This is your tax amount. So whenever you get a demand notice, within 30 days, you have to deposit the money. If not, from the 31st day, 1% per month say interest will charge. And you know, here one provision is, if the SSC feels, if the department feels SSC might run away, 30 days is more time, they can reduce the time and give 15-20 days also. Okay, right. Chalo. Now some theory question is there that we will finish now. This is what we have done till yesterday. Any doubt here, anyone? Ask please. वापस आ जाओ ना, आपको लिंक. हाँ, और अगर refund पे interest आना है तो 0.5%. Everywhere else they are charging 1%. But refund पे it's 0.5%. This is TDS 1%. But if you keep and don't pay, 1.5. TCS 1%. Interest received on refund is 0.5%. And failure to pay, again 1. So like this mind mapping you do, dear students, this is a topic which you do thoroughly with me. Yesterday's 1.5 hour class, and today I think we might complete in 1 hour. बस खत्म, सीधा final exam में आप भूलोगे नहीं. There are topics which you need to revise. I'm every time saying MAT, charitable trust, assessment procedure. This you need to revise. Equalization levy, 1-page flow chart. Kabhi bhi just keep on scrolling. Now it's more you repeat, more you will remember. ठीक है? Right. चलो. So let us solve some problems right from the beginning, और जैसे जैसे theory आएगा हम करते जाएंगे. But first I want to take up a problem where all the 3 interests are calculated, and for that we are doing problem number 3. Sixth problem. I'm doing 6 problems so that all the kind of interest, everything I will do. अभी हो गया, कोई homework नहीं देना है आपको, करा देंगे. But I want to start with this 6th problem. Please read it on screen. 6th problem is very good for practice. Like all the kind of interest are covered here. And take care of that. Did you all understand that 15 ki jagah, even if you have paid 12%, interest will not be charged? 45% second installment you have to pay by September. If you have paid 36%, interest won't be charged. Right. 6th problem we are doing now. Rehan Limited's total income during the previous year March 22 is 10,50,000. TDS by different payers amounted to 24,450, and some foreign tax credit. You remember foreign tax also we can deduct. Amounted to 10,000, for which the company is entitled to relief as per the DTA agreement. During the year, company paid 4 installments. Company filed the return on 15th November 22. 15th November 22. Now compute the interest, if any, payable by company under 234 ABC. What is the due date of filing the return for the company? 30th of September. They filed the return on 15th November. Okay. So October and November. 2 months interest will be charged for 234A. If it is September, October full and November half. Are you all with me? So 30th September ke baad se till November, but on the whole, you have to calculate the income. You have already paid some tax, TDS, advance tax. So whenever this kind of problem comes, the marks, this is already May 17 exams question for 7 marks. 7 marks question it is. I've already sent you mock test papers, ये मुझे अभी याद आ रहा है बीच में, of the earlier exams, December 21 and all last year's के, and this time it came, so I've already sent you the paper. Keep checking that note so that when I discuss it, you will understand it better. I'll do that in a live class only once we complete these 2 chapters. Chalo, over to the notebook now. We are solving the problem. Yeah. Yesterday we have written this booster note, and now straight we are solving problem number 2. Sorry. Problem number 6. First, let us calculate the tax and income, computation of income and computation of tax for company. It's a Rehan Limited Indian company. And what is their advance tax and all? What is the total income of the company? 10,50,000. Quick, huh? Everyone should have calculator. कि दीप्ति मैम तो कर रहे हैं, लाइव क्लास तो है नहीं कि मैम डांटेंगे कैलकुलेटर क्यों नहीं है. तो in exam you have to manage understanding the class, writing and the calculation. So please hold calculator. 10,50,000 पे कितना टैक्स है आपका? 30%. Yeah. So tax on this income is 3,15,000. And then ESES on this is 4%, 12,600. And so tax plus ESES, 327,600. 327,600. Nice and clear to all of you. Total income के ऊपर tax is 327,600. Now what is the relief you are already claiming under section 90? So relief will reduce. You remember SS tax minus the TDS, relief, TCS, वो सब deduct कर देंगे. So how much relief they have given? Pick up the figures properly. Are you all with me? Anyone not following the कहाँ से क्या figure ले रहे? One hand, left hand on your material from where we are picking up the figures. Tax relief is 10,000. And your TDS, which is deducted, is 24,450. So what is the balance tax? Tax payable as advance tax. If after relief and all your tax is coming to 327, faster than me, put the calculations in the chat box also. Yes, 293,150. So this should be paid. How much you have already paid the advance tax? You have already paid advance tax in 4 installments. 40,000 plus 65,000 plus 1 lakh plus 62,000. देखो 40,000 plus 65,000 plus 1 lakh plus 62,000. So it is coming to how much? 2,67,000. Sure. Very good. Thank you. So now what is the default in the tax which you are deciding to pay as balance tax? See, transfer pricing is not applicable. If transfer pricing is applicable, then due date is 30th of November and the return is filed in 15th November. तो कोई default ही नहीं है. But here transfer pricing, this is just DT agreement is there and I've got some foreign income and I've paid tax over there. I'll get a credit. So what is still the tax payable but here? 26,150. 26,150. So I have to pay now this tax along with interest. One thing should be very clear. Today SSC is not waiting. 26,150. Let me pay the tax and file the return. 230 for ABC department will calculate, give me the demand and then I will pay. Earlier they were doing like this, but you will be said to be SSC in default if you furnish your return and if you pay the self-assessment tax without adding interest. Return तो valid होगा, पहले तो return ही invalid होता था, अब return valid है, but you will be said to be SSC in default. So better calculate all the interest and then pay. So leave 3-4 lines and then I'm going to working note 1. 234A. Delay in filing the return. Delay in filing the return. Instead of September, you have filed your return on November. So 2 months interest you will charge. On what? 26,150. 26,150 into 1% into 2 months. Followed or not? If you want in bracket, write down October and November. So that comes to how much? 26,150 into 1% into 2. 523. 523. 2 months interest. Nice. अभी राउंडिंग ऑफ नहीं करना है, लास्ट में करेंगे. 234B. If advance tax is equal to tax payable का 90% है या नहीं? 293,150. 293,150 का 90%. 293,150 का 90% comes to 263,835. This is what you have to pay, 263. But you have to pay 267. So there is no default. Tax paid rupees 2,67,000, 90% or more of total tax. Hence 234B interest not charged. 234B interest is not charged. Why? Because you have paid more than 90% as advance tax. A is charged. Ma'am, you taught C first and practically it is C. 15 June से March. Then B, then A. But ABC लिखना है हम आपको. समझ में तो आ गया. Now 234C. 234C is default in installment. So for this, you can make a table and calculate it according to the table. एक table बना लेंगे. Due date. There are 4 installment, no? So due date. Advance tax payable. Cumulative advance tax paid. Actual में आपने कितना tax pay किए हैं? Difference. जो भी difference है, on that interest you have to calculate. Many books are giving different form. I mean, say column number. आप एक इधर उधर column बनाए तो भी no problem. Check the columns and tell me. Only 234C also if asked for 4 to 5 marks instead of 7 marks problem. Why you want to leave? Chalo. I want to repeat the column numbers. Due date, advance tax payable, cumulative advance tax paid, difference, what is not paid, and interest. Okay. First is 15th June 21. Whatever is your advance tax, how much is payable? 293,150. So I'm writing here 293,150 ka 15%. 293,150 का 15%. कितना आ रहा है? 43,973. I should have paid. Yes. But how much is the first installment paid? 40,000. Default kitna hai? 3973. So 3973 into 1% interest for 3 months. From 15 June to September. September you might cover it up, no? God knows. ठीक है ना? $120. Yeah, but 1 minute, please check whether they have paid. I missed checking कि they have paid 12% or not. 43,973 का 12% कितना आ रहा है? अरे टोटल टैक्स का 293,150 का 12% तो they have to pay, no? 293,150 का 12% is coming to 35,178. Though they have not paid 15%, but they have paid 12%. No, sorry, no interest will come. That's why we should make a column. One more column I missed making. Minimum advance tax to be paid. Minimum advance tax. Write down. As 12% paid, no interest charged. Take your time. आराम से लिखो. कहीं कोई डाउट है तो पूछो. By 15 June, you have to pay 15%. But even if you have paid 12%, okay, if paid 12%, no, so then no interest will be charged. I calculated, but then I cancelled it. Clear? Same way, 15th of June हो गया, 15th of September. 293,150 का 45% you have to pay. 293,150 का 45%. 131,980. 131,980. और अब 293,150 का 36% you all do. Instead of 45, 36 is 80% of what is due. है ना? 293,150 into 36% comes to 105534 is minimum advance tax. And how much advance tax is paid here? 1,05,534 is minimum. But second installment you have paid only 65,000. Paid 65. Is there a default? Yes. But you have to take cumulative. Yes.
No, lakh 5,000 we should take, no? Here.
Let's what?
Cumulative should we take?
Yeah, I'm writing. Paid 65,000. So interest to calculate hoga, and of course we will take 40,000. Until now, cumulative you have to pay 45%, but you have already paid 65 and 40,000. So 131,918 minus 1,05,000. How much is it coming? 26,918. Now interest will be calculated. 26,918 into 1% only for 3 months. That is 808. 808. Don't do rounding off now. Final tax interest we will round off. This is a very beautiful problem. That's why I started with the 6th problem. The reason of starting the 6th problem. Yeah, someone was asking me on the WhatsApp that if the last day of advance tax is a holiday, then next day is allowed. Suppose 15th of September is some festival, Varalakshmi and all that, September time comes and it's a holiday. Though now actually all the payments are online or online ko holiday se koi farak nahi padta, but they are giving 1 day's extra time. and the next day you have to pay 16 September, and you don't have to pay then interest for 1 day's default. ये कल किसी ने पूछा था तो I'm clearing. चलो now let us go to the third installments and continue with your columns. Third installment is 15th of December 2021. 293,150 का 75%. 293,150 का 75% comes to how much? 2,19,863. 293,150. That's what, no? एक बार check करो. Yeah, 293,150 you have to pay. और उसका 75%. 2,19,863. Okay. And third installment is paid how much? Cumulative. Yeah, cumulative until now. 2,05,000. All the three installment. This is cumulative, 75%. So here also cumulative. So there's a default of 14,863. 14,863 into 1% for 3 months. December to January, January to February, February to March. So this comes to 446. And now last, by 15th March 2022, you have to pay 100%. 100%. That is 293,150. But you have paid total how much advance tax? 40 plus 65 plus 1 lakh plus 62,000. 267 minus 293,150. So that comes to 26,150. 26,150 into 1%. This time carefully 1 month. Only March month interest you will charge. And that comes to 262. Please do the total, no? इसको total करो. Yeah, listen, very nice question you have asked, Manogna. That minimum tax, instead of 15, you have paid 12%, or instead of 45, 36%, bas wahin tak hai. There is no minimum tax because December is like almost 9 months of the year are over. Na? Chup chap, you can estimate and pay 75% correct. Even if you pay 75 ki jagah 60, will they accept? Answer is no. Nice question. Clear or not? Instead of 15, if you pay by June 12% also, they are accepting no interest. Instead of 45, if you are paying less, they are accepting no interest. But agar 75% pay nahi kiya to interest lagega. There is no minimum bar in December and March. Huh? Chalo. Tell me what is total interest. Okay. Nice question. No, you are like, it's a package question. Pura practice ho gaya. And 2 times they have asked this. For 7 and 8 marks in final. Kitna easy hai this calculation. 1516. So finally, what is the total interest? And where you are not calculating, please write a minimum hai to you have not paid karke. Come back. Tax payable is 26,150. Now add on 234A interest. Computation ke niche aapne jagah rakhi hai na? 234A interest is 523. 234B interest you should write and write nil. Why, dear students? 90% is to paid. 234C interest. is 1516 plus 523. So total interest is 2039 plus 26,150. That is 28,189. Your final self-assessment tax payable. And now this final tax you have to round off in multiples of 10. 28190. Finish. Acha hai, clear hai. I know I am taking time, but trust me, dear students, I can definitely understand ki how 1 month is left for your exam. So I will not take single thing which is extra. This is like, ये कैसा है अभी ध्यान से कर लो and Monday before exam just scroll 15-20 minutes and revision is done. तो ये स्कोर करोगे, ये स्कोरिंग वाला चैप्टर है, इसको छोड़ना नहीं है. As a teacher, it is our duty to teach everything, but I can also understand that the portion is too vast. So literally I'm saying somewhere, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है and you're not able to remember, GAR में just remember the short note, leave then. If you don't understand other examples, छोड़ दो, वैसे वो भी easy है. But ये तो interest chapter तो you should not leave. चलो. Done. Please scroll up now. I'm waiting for every student to check up right from the beginning. 234A, B and C. It's a nice package problem, you can say. Sixth wala. Reverse chalte hain. Sixth we have done. So now let us do the fifth one. Second, fifth one. Meru firm failed to pay advance tax. An assessment was done by AO that stated that interest is payable under 234B. Order did not contain any direction for payment of interest. It merely stated that interest is payable. AO ने order भी pass कर दिया. And AO said, no, you have to pay 234B interest. SSC's contention is that since the direction for payment of interest is absent, it could not be fastened with the liability. Examine the validity of SSC's contention. Levy of interest under 234B is, did you understand the question? SSC is saying you said pay 234B interest, but order mein to tha hi nahi kitna amount, so why should I pay? SSC's contention is since direction for payment is absent, it could not be assessed and it's not liable to pay. Arey, not like that. Even if they don't say if there's a delay ABC, you have to pay the interest, no? So 234B is valid even if assessment order did not contain any directions. Okay. Simple one-line answer ki you have to pay. Okay, this was yesterday's class. A किस पे है, B, C. अभी third problem करेंगे. Again, like it's a good practice. सब आ जाएगा इसमें. Third problem में everything will be covered. All your installments will be covered. Nice problem it is.
Ma'am, yesterday you were talking about the income has to be rounded off to 100 or something like, but related to what, ma'am, yesterday?
Yeah, very nice question that also. Listen, actually they say that while calculating the interest, 234C का जो interest calculate करते हैं ना, तो जो tax का amount है उसको hundreds में round off करना है. ये act में है, but calculation के time they are whatever is the actual tax on that they are calculating the interest. They're not applying this. In fact, this is there as a part of your theory, so I have given, but they are not applying. So you can also remove rounding off of the tax in 100 rupees. So while calculating actually on 486 also tax, we are calculating the interest. And then final tax is to be rounded off in the multiples of 10. Income is also to be rounded off. That is given in section 288 and 288B. I know what you are asking is right. And do you all remember if there's a casual income and the later installments are covering then you are not a defaulter. Kal ka class yaad hai? You have to pay 15-45%. But suppose 18 September I got a lottery. Now my total tax has increased. Now if you calculate total tax ka 15%, I am at a default. But then please allow me the time, because that time I didn't knew. So this kind of excuse is allowed. And related to that, a very in-depth and nice question is 4th and 5th. 3rd and 4th. 5th, 6th to ho gaya. So 3rd one we'll take up. 3rd padho. An LLP made following payments of advance tax September, December and March, and it is all given in lakhs. ठीक है, अब जैसे भी लिखना है, क्योंकि lakhs में लिखोगे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा कि आपका tax will go into decimals. Business income is there, and see now, long-term capital gain came December, so you have to pay the advance tax for this from 15 December, but you missed 2 dates. Compute the interest under 234C. सिर्फ C. मैम बट A और B, अरे डेटा ही नहीं दिया है. When he filed the return and actual date and advance tax and tax assessed and all, they are not asking. So forget it. Just calculate the 234C interest. But why they have asked such kind of the problem? This is also an exam problem, because the default, pay attention when I calculate, for first and second installment 15% of the normal tax payable, 45 of normal. Third installment 75% of the normal and the capital gain. So just make the same columns as taught to you. इंटरेस्ट पूरा देखो, ये आप जो राउंडिंग ऑफ की बात कर रहे थे करेक्ट है, 100 में होना चाहिए, दैट इज गिवन इन द एक्ट, but while calculating they are calculating these kind of interest on all 35 178. So we didn't calculate on 35 100, 178 पे पूरा calculate होगा और 808 भी लिखो. Finally you do the rounding off. That's the correct way. So problem number 3, as we are going reverse now, is computation of interest under section 234C. First, always we should calculate the tax and income. What is the business income they have given? 80 lakhs. This you can do it in lakhs. And what is the long-term capital gain? 10 lakhs. What is the total income? 90 lakhs. What is the tax on 80 lakhs at 30%? Why? Because it is an LLP. 80 lakhs ka 30% is 24 lakhs. And on long-term capital gain, 10 lakhs, it is 20%. Long-term capital gain on properties and all, it is charged at 20%, 2 lakhs. So what is the total tax? 26 lakhs. And on that ESES also you have to pay 4% on this. 26 into 4%, 1.04. What is the tax payable? 27.04 lakh. 27.04 lakh. Clear or not? But we need to do a working, dear students. This is the total tax payable. When? After the long term. But till first and second installment, tax was payable only on 24 lakhs, no? Capital gain to nahi aayega. So just as a working, calculate the tax on 80 lakhs business income for first and second installment. Are you all clear or not what I'm doing? Till first and second installment, capital gain will not come. So only 80 lakhs will be your income, and on that tax will come 30%, that is 24 lakhs, and on that 4% ESES. 0.96, 24.96. पहले यहां तक कोई डाउट, then ask me. Handpick technical questions till the level of the final. In between, lot of voice you must be listening because of the inner cold. But then sooner we complete the portion, you can do your mock test, and also I decided to take class on Sunday evening also. Might be this week we'll complete the portion. Only few topics are left for sure. Chalo. Let us make the columns now for interest. What did I say? The first one always is due date. Advance tax payable. Advance tax payable. एक ना column extra बना लेते हैं. Minimum advance tax. Just for the first 2 installment, but we'll make cumulative advance tax paid. Why did I make extra column? Because last problem we missed, then checking minimum advance tax. Cumulative advance tax paid. And then what you have? The difference, that is the default, and then you calculate the interest. Itne column bana. Due date, advance tax, minimum advance tax, cumulative advance tax, difference and interest. अच्छा है, क्लियर है? चलो साथ में शुरू करें. Yeah. By 15th June 21, you have to pay the first installment. And that time your tax is only 80 lakhs. So 24,96,000 ka 15%. कितना आ रहा है? Yes, 374,400. Minimum is 12%. 24,96,000 ka 12%. 299,520. How much tax they have paid? The first installment.
Not paid.
Yeah, because I was just checking the date. It is the September. So nil. So on this whole, you are a defaulter. अभी कुछ भी pay नहीं किया, so you have to pay 374,400. 15%. Now not 12%. 12% you get a relief if you pay at least some tax. 15 का 80% आता है 12%. Huh? So now 374,400 is the difference. 374,400 into 1% into 3. How much is it coming? 374,400 into 1% into 3. Interest is coming to 11,232. First installment is over. Patiently you all do it और साथ में करो. It's like a practice you are doing, no homeworks. इसको खत्म करो और साथ में करो. 15th of September 2021. 24,96,000 का 45%. 2496 का 45%. 11,23,200 I had to pay. I have paid 7 lakhs. Obviously, it's not 36%, but still we can calculate. 24,96,000 ka 30% आता है 898,560. So you had to pay 45, but you didn't even pay 36%. So now to default. ये column से confuse नहीं होना है. Your link is directly from here to here. So how much you had to pay? 11,23,200. And cumulative taxes 7 lakh. What is the default? 423,200. 423,200 into 1% into 3. That is 12,696. Easy. चलो now 15 December. ये जब करते जाओ तो इतना मजा आता है. Now be careful. When did you get the capital gain? 1st December. So now your tax will change. I want you all to mark this as star mark, important. Now your tax is not 2496. It's 27,04,000. 27,04,000 का 75%. 27,04,000 का 75%. Clear or not? And that is coming to 20,28,000. Now no minimum. But you have paid how much? 14,75,000. 7 lakh there and December mein this. So 14,75,000. So still there's a default of 5,53,000. 553 into 1%. Again 3 months, December to March. So this is coming to 16,590. Take your time. If you go in the flow and take 2496, problem will go wrong. 2496 was the tax for June and September. 1st December, there's a capital gain, and I've promised कि now 15 December, whatever is the capital gain, 75% पूरा एक साथ I will pay now. To pay. And I'll not be at the ये सब एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ना है. Practically, the systems auto calculate all this. March 22, 100%, 27,04,000, no minimum bar. And now I have paid total 25,50,000. Oh, sorry, I missed एक line नीचे लिखना था इसको. मैंने गलती से ऊपर लिख दिया. 27,04,000 minus 2550. So how much is the default? 1,54,000. Mostly students do mistake here. 154, 1% only for 1 month. Default is from 15th March to 31st March. So that is 1540. Calculate the total interest. Total interest 234C. Ma'am, A and B 90% नहीं पूछा है तो मत करो. 1540 ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेटर में है. स्मार्ट वर्क उसी में रिवर्स टोटल ऐड करते जाओ. And sometimes you can calculate and use memory also. 42,058 rounded off to 42,060. And actually interest भी I'm just saying round off, but नहीं करोगे क्योंकि tax, interest सब मिला के जो final आता है ना figure what you have to pay and all that is only rounded off. Check any doubt and what new you have learned here. Is it clear or not? Ninth problem, they can repeat this. Be careful about that minimum, 12% and 15. That's why I made this extra column, minimum. कुछ भी pay नहीं किए तो you have to charge the interest. Did you all get it? Clear? Nice problems are there. Fourth problem, you do it as homework. If you're not getting, tell me tomorrow when I start next topic. Exactly same, but here it is like 4 installments are paid. So even if you have paid instead of 15, 12%, so 234C interest will not come for June. Okay, this time I want to give you an answer 234C interest total is coming to one second. 30,176. If you are not getting this answer, ask me and promise me you all will do this as homework along with time and send me the answer. Ma'am, I got the answer. Duration is 6 minutes. Please make yourself accountable to me. I am here to take care of all of you in all the ways. I know like final mein aane ke baad some of you are like working so much in practice and itna sara work you are doing in the office that you feel what is all this. But then this is a part of your degree and exam. Thoda sa patience rakh ke kar lo. Do it and message me in the group. I have got this answer and my duration. Why duration? Subconscious mind. I'm every day saying what is the language you are speaking to yourself, what you are thinking. So whenever you go into fear, you have to get out of that confidence. Whenever you have a doubt, you have to get that courage. तो ये चलते रहेगा mind में, it's not possible to be 24 hours positive. But if you are just aware of that, you will come out and you will motivate yourself. At least Sunday evening, that too this cozy, windy Sunday, we are doing this interest calculation means we know our commitment for the degree for sure. Right? So make the best use of this and score marks in this chapter. Let me know the duration by telling me, that will be fitted in your mind also. Okay, when you understand, you take half an hour. I took half an hour, abhi. But when you are understanding and now you are solving exam में इसको 7 to 8 minutes से ज़्यादा नहीं लगना चाहिए. Okay, right. As we are going reverse, third is over, fourth I gave as homework with answer, and now 1 and 2. First problem is little tricky but nice one, wherein I have paid advance tax as per my calculation, but the department is increasing my income. And you all remember, when department increases the income and the tax, they will first adjust the fees, then they will adjust the interest, and then they will adjust the tax. So tax mein default आएगा, and then I'll end up paying more interest. ठीक है? तो इसको करते हैं साथ में. First problem now in class. Second is linked with the first one. 15 minutes more and we'll be done. I'll be closing early today, frankly, lacking some energy also in the throat. Inter, I had 2 classes I took today. One for TDS last amendments, and tomorrow we are doing TCs. So these 2 days there also it is too much. And second is, the next topic is very fresh. We will take it tomorrow. आज इसके problems कर लेना class के बाद. Okay, chalo, let us read. PK firm furnished its return of income in June, showing income of 1 lakh. Return shows other particulars, 20,000 as advance tax, 1,000 TDS. AO passed the income enhancing. Instead of 1 lakh, the AO is saying, no, your income and tax is like 1 lakh 5,000. So now you have to recalculate all your income and tax and all. So compute the interest under 234B. Up this time they have asked only 234B. So you know what is skipping in the problem? Advance tax ke installment hi nahi diye. I can calculate 234C. And due date of filing the return is missing. I can't calculate 234A. Pura package mein everything will come like sixth problem, not necessary, But this is a nice problem. 234A mein trick hai, because you have shown less income and then your income is increased. Yeah, please come to this notebook and let us take a fresh page and solve this. इसको फिर से करते हैं. It's your materials problem, but if I give as homework, you will not understand the answer. So I'm doing it. Computation of income and tax. What is now your total income? Returned income तो कम है. Return means आपने तो file किया 1 lakh, but now your assessed income by the AO is 1,05,000 and it's a partnership firm. So what will be the tax? Quickly. Tax calculation 1,05,000 pay 30%, 31,500, 30%. Add E says 4%, 1,260, 32,760. Tax plus E says 32,760. Nice. Now already TDS is deducted. Whenever you calculate advance tax 90% है या नहीं, TDS, TCS you have to deduct 1,000. वो minus कर देंगे. So what is the advance tax payable? How much advance tax you all should have paid? 31,760. 31,760 advance tax. 90% to be paid. At least 31,760 ka 90% you should have paid advance tax. Are you all clear? याद है सबको? Otherwise interest will start from April. Only 234A जो late return है ना, due date वो भी 2 marks के लिए पूछते हैं. So now split and learn. Enough of combo problems. 28,584 we should have paid. Actual advance tax paid. Kitna? 20,000. Gone. If 90% of the total tax is paid as advance tax, 234B interest will not be charged. But you have paid only 20,000. तो अब तो interest pay करना पड़ेगा, right? So there is a shortfall. This and this, this is to just 90% calculation. Shortfall 11,760. So you have to add to that 234B interest, which you will calculate in working note 1, and you will get the tax payable. Clear or not this calculation? Why did I take 1,05,000? Though you have shown 1 lakh, but your income is 1,05,000. 31,500 is the tax and all, and 90%. Again, 90% you have paid or not. We are checking, but you have not paid. So there's a default and 234B to aayega. Huh? Now we are doing some calculation. Working note 1, interest under section 234B. चलो वापस से. Assessed income and return income, because you have paid all the tax according to the returned income. So out of whatever tax you have paid, they will take the interest part first. So some calculation is there. I'll tell you literally this problem is in depth. Without this also your chapter is over. खत्म हो गया chapter. But क्यों छोड़ना है? अच्छा problem है. And if trend है आजकल तो material का CMA material, this is the problem. As it is, they are asking. चलो, let us do. Let us write first the income. And we are doing this part first. How much income you have shown? 1 lakh. On that, what will be tax plus E says 30% and 4% ke saath 31,200. Tax calculation is clear. Already you have deducted TDS. How much? TDS and advance tax मिला के लिख सकते हैं 21,000. So what is the shortfall? Shortfall कितना है? 10,000 200. And interest charged on the shortfall 234B. 10,200 pay 1%. April, May. When did he file the return? June. So June May at least he has paid the tax, no? I mean, so he has filed the return. So till June, you have to calculate the interest separately. He has paid advance tax and TDS 21,000. So 234B interest starts from the first day of the financial year till the date of assessment of income. But in between, if you have filed the return, we will split and calculate. So 10,200 from April, May, June. 3 months. 12 नहीं करना है, divide by 12. 3 months. कितना आ रहा है देखो? 306. If you want, write down April to June, due date of filing. This was your side calculation. Now department to they enhanced your income. And your tax is coming to 31,500. Again, you have paid 31,500 नहीं, tax plus ESS मिला के लिख दो 32,760. Already again you have paid 21,000 advance tax. So it is 11,760 shortfall. 11,760. So now, once again, they have taken the income 1,05,000. Tax with ESS is 32,760. TDS deducted is 21,000. And your shortfall is coming to 11,760. So on 11,760, they have to calculate the interest. How much is it coming? 11,760 till 3 months. So 11,760 into 1% into 3. It is coming to 353. 353. Okay. Now we will split it from here. See, advance tax less than 90%, then 234B interest is calculated from 1st April 22 till when did the AO pass the order? 29th March 2023. When AO will assess the income till then. But till June we have calculated separately because June May you have filed the return. Okay. So now see how they are doing these calculations. Advance tax, if it is less than 90%, 234B interest is calculated from 1st April 22 to 29th March. Now already you have calculated the interest till June. Interest on 11,760 till June you have calculated, but they have paid here the amount, no? One second, by mistake I merged it in the two problem. This part was to clear. One second, what I did mistake I'm saying, not mistake. In fact, one more data, one more line is given that I want all of you to read. Wapas aa jao problem. We'll do it as the second problem. First was so easy. Second mein they have given one more adjustment. वो पढ़े नहीं तो even I got confused. One second. Yeah. Will your answer differ? I am solving this. If they pay 10,200 as self-assessment tax. So if 10,200 is paid as tax, obviously, if they have paid in June, so 234B interest from April, May, June will be separate. And June onwards, it will differ, no? That's why. So this is the second one. 1 second. Clear now? In June, you have paid 10,200. Okay. So if you have paid June, May 10,200, whenever you pay self-assessment tax, promises you have to pay interest. So when you pay 10,200, 234B interest you will pay or not for 3 months. That is coming to 306. So your tax will be reduced, no? 10,200 minus 306, so we will adjust in the interest. So how much is the self-assessment tax paid? Take your time, and if not digested, ask me again. 9894. I want to repeat. In you paid advance tax 20,000 and 1,000 TDS. Now what happened? 10,300, 200 you paid in June. You can't say, ma'am, 10,200 is tax. Whenever you pay self-assessment tax from April to June, you have to pay 234B interest. So 306 is interest. So tax kitna hai? 9894. Now tell me, do I need to charge interest from July to March? July to March भी तो मुझे interest calculate करना पड़ेगा ना. तो on what default I will calculate? See. Come here, please. Tax is 11,760. Yes. And interest until now is coming for 3 months, 353. Okay. So now on 11,760, already I have paid 9840. 11,760 is my tax payable as per the assessment. Minus already I have paid self-assessment 9894. Some students may be confused, ma'am, self-assessment is paid 10,200. But in that interest is hidden, because the promise is when you pay self-assessment tax, first they will adjust interest. Then they will calculate the tax. So 9894. So now what is the default in the tax? Karo calculation. 1866. So on 1866, at the rate of 1%, interest is calculated from July 22 to March 23. How many months? July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, March. Pura 9 months. How much is it coming? Into 1% into 9. 168. 1866 into 1% into 9. 168 it is coming. 168 it is coming. Excuse me. Confused? You want me to re-explain or clear? If your income is 1 lakh, you have to pay 10,200 tax, and you paid 10,200 in June. But there was a default. So in 10,200, they will say interest 234B to 306 chala gaya. So how much they will adjust with tax? 9894. Now your income is increased to 1 lakh ki jagah 1,05,000. So your tax payable is coming to 11,760. Now 11,760, you have to pay the when income change from 10,200 to 11,760. April में June में भी the interest will increase from 306 to 353. That also we will take care. And July onwards 11,760 you had to pay, but in that 9894 already you paid in June, no? So from July to March you will calculate the interest. Now see your total 234B interest. Total 234B interest. April to June. April to June, how much you have to actually pay? 353. But already paid. Already paid. April to June. Why this difference is coming? Because of that 5,000. 306. 306 you have already paid. So how much extra you are planning to pay? 353 minus 306. That is 47. Okay. Right? And plus July to March 168. So 215 is the interest. 215 is the 234B interest payable. Take your time, check the question number 2. 1 का आंसर तो और सिंपल है, मैंने सीधा 2 ही सॉल्व कर दिया कि 10,200 अगर पे किया तो क्या है. बोलो. Not clear, then please frankly say, I'll repeat. Or is it clear? I want to still repeat. You all have finished writing? Huh? Suppose your income was 1 lakh, 30% and 4% tax is 31,200. TDS advance tax minus kar do. 10,200 you have paid in June. So April, May, June, there was a default. So you have to pay 3 months interest, 306. Now the AO increased your income to 1,05,000 and he assessed your income in March 23. So taxes coming to 32,760. TDS is 21,000. Ab 11,760 pay, 3 months interest coming to 353, whereas you have paid 306. So ye bhi to pay karna padega. And from July, 11,760 is due. But out of that 10,200 you have paid minus the interest. So you have already paid 9894. So only on 1866 which you have incurred default from July 22 to March 23 you will pay this 168. So April to June you have to pay 353, but you have already paid at the old income 306, pay additional. And July to March full you have to pay 215. 215 रुपए के लिए हमने इतनी मेहनत की, but it's worth doing. Nice, clear to all of you. Just 5 minutes more, 2 more questions. They are very easy and they are from scanner only. I have added in the end. Shall I close this? Still, if you have a doubt, ask me. Yeah, the answer for the first one also we should do, no? What was the first? 1 lakh ki income hai. They have enhanced the income and you have paid advance tax TDS, but koi self-assessment nahi. Tab fir what will be the answer for the first one? That also we should calculate here only. 1 second. Yeah. Then your old this one. Ye dekho. Your income is 1,05,000. Taxes 32,760. TDS is deducted 31,760. And you have paid advance tax. So shortfall is 1160. सीधा 234B interest calculate कर लो. Working note की जरूरत नहीं है. This is your problem 1 और यहाँ से आपका problem 2 शुरू हो जा रहा है. 11,760 into 1% for 12 months. पूरा. क्योंकि you have not paid 10,200. So you are a defaulter from this April to next March. 11,760 into 1% into 12. कितना आ रहा है interest? 11,760 into 1% into 12. 1,411. You have to pay the interest along with the tax. So 13,171 you have to pay the tax, rounded off to 13 months. Please add on this as your first answer, and this is done. Okay, chalo. Yeah, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all done. Last, I have added from the scanner only 2 exams question from the past exam. First one, can interest under 234B and C, okay, 234B and C interest, can it be levied on company on the basis of book profit? Answer is yes. This I have already taught you in math also. Dear students, if some company are going 115 JC, JB होना चाहिए था ना, JC तो AMT है. एक minute. There's a mistake. Please change it to 115 JB. आपको याद है नहीं? JC is for AMT, alternative. But listen, if the companies are going for MAT, 18.5% minimum tax they have to pay, otherwise the tax was coming in. So can they say, Arey, we to didn't knew ki we will be covered under MAT, we to didn't pay advance tax. I have taught you this point there also. Definitely when MAT provisions are applicable, all the other provisions of income tax are applicable to MAT. So answer is yes. Even if you are covered in MAT, okay, my normal tax is nil, but MAT may I'll have to pay, and according to MAT tax, you have to pay the installments. Yes. Write down the answer. Even this is a nice 2 marks question. Even if covered in MAT, advance tax is payable. Even if it is covered in MAT, advance tax is payable. Clear? And the last one. For Rama, you are required to calculate interest. Tax on total income is 2 lakhs. Due date of filing the return is September. Actual date is 1st October. So 234A तो लगेगा 1 month के लिए. 234B लगेगा. Huh? Because your tax is 2 lakh and you have not paid any advance tax. Whole tax you paid in September while filing the return. So 234B bhi lagega. And 234C, all the 4 installment. This is a problem exactly what I did for Babu Rao in class. So note down the answers and do complete it. How many marks? Let me tell you. 6 marks. 6 marks problem this is. I think I've written here 5 marks, but it is 6 marks. ये 5 marks है, ये 6 marks है. ठीक है? तो 234A का interest का answer लिखो 2000. 234B is 12,000 and 234C is 10,100. Total interest is coming to 24,100. 24,100 is your total interest. If you are not getting the answer of this, message me. If you are getting it, then for this problem, ma'am, I took 7 minutes time and the last problem 7 minutes. 15 minutes of homework and you get genuine wala confidence. When a teacher is saying do the homework, do it. Because my explanation is pushing you. Final exam, I'm not going to stand besides, you know. And independently 3 hours mindset is the pen should flow. Okay, this is what ma'am has taught, this is the figure, and start doing it. Worst case, if you write the wrong figure, no, don't overwrite it. Yesterday only I was checking some of the notebooks for TDS homework. Overwriting mein things are not clear. Scratch it and below that ya left mein jahan jagah hai, write the figure again in your final exam. Okay. That's all for a wonderful topic, very scoring topic, that is interest. And we will start with the next topic from tomorrow. Any doubts you have in today's class? First and second problem merge किया फिर अलग किया करो. वापस से if you have a doubt 10 minutes I'll again revise, though it's very easy. First case, you have not paid 10,200. Second case, you paid 10,200 in June, so split 234B for April, May, June, and then from July onwards. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye all of you. Keep preparing.